In the world of full-time mages, one encounters two supreme monarchs fighting from birth. It's really good to have a powerful family, but parents are a bit reckless. The phoenix of ice and snow will eventually soar again in the sky, and the emperor of ice and snow will eventually return. This book is also known as My Unfair Clan of Full-Time Mages, and I Have Several Demon Empires of Full-Time Mages, keywords of the novel. Full-Time Mage. Ice and Snow Emperor no pop-ups, Full-Time Mage. Ice and Snow Emperor TXT Complete Collection Download, Full-Time Mage. Ice and Snow Emperor Latest Chapter Reading. Chapter 1. Birth is the Peak. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Chapter 1. Birth is the Peak. China. A conference of many of the most authoritative international magical organizations will be held in this city. The most authoritative mage organizations in China are the Palace Mages of the former Palace and the Holy Palace Mages of the Potala Palace. The Palace Master is in charge, while the Holy Palace Master is outside. In a remote area of the capital of gods, there exists a hidden family. The hidden family is different from aristocratic families and clans, both of which are visible families, while the hidden family, as the name suggests, is another side that is not well known to ordinary people. Of course, there is also a main role, which is to be responsible for some restricted areas and the borders of the Demon Empire, and to promptly notify the surrounding forces for support and defense. The main task of the Hidden World family of the Divine Capital, the Jiang family, is to monitor the movements of monsters in the Tian Shan Mountains. There is an emperor in the depths of the Tian Shan Mountains, and this is the answer that Mr. Jiang got when he returned from his journey to the depths of the Tian Shan Mountains. He cannot determine the specific strength of the emperor in the Tian Shan Mountains, but in terms of strength, he is probably not much worse than the one in Kunlun. Therefore, in exceptional circumstances, several older members of this family are not allowed to appear in public places. Several other top figures in China also have some knowledge of this reclusive family. In addition to the Jiang family, there are also hidden powerhouses in some other parts of China. The old man of the Jiang family is the teacher of Hua Zhanhong, the military leader of the southern military region, and has some face in China. Even if you want to go out for a walk for a while, as long as you are not recognized by other foreign powers, such as the Forbidden City and the Holy Court, it is still a harmless thing. In the backyard of the Jiang family, a young couple and an elderly person looked at the young boy who was undergoing a new awakening and showed a pleased smile. Xiao Bai is really good. He became a high-level mage at such a young age, but I don't know what kind of faction he will awaken this time. Jiang Yi, the eldest elder of the Jiang family, touched his beard. He became a high-ranking person at this age when he was young, right? Now he is already. I just don't know what kind of faction the young master will awaken this time. An 18-year-old advanced mage is really too young. It has to be said that the young master experienced some misfortune back then, but he also benefited from it. Thanks to the fact that the young master was fortunate enough to be valued by the other party at the beginning, he helped the young master overcome the crisis of life and death, and even gained an ice series for no reason. Then let's not see who gave birth to my little white. This is the little white I brought out with my feces and urine. My little white is the best in the world. The woman of the young couple looked at her child, who had become a high-level mage at the age of only 18, and thought that this was the child she brought with her, looking so happy that she burst into tears. As the head of the household, Jiang Tian and the elder Jiang Yi smiled at each other and said, "Shit and urine come out one by one." This sentence is really vivid and vivid. You should know that when Jiang Bai was just born, it was almost cool. The old man also personally went to Tianshan to beat up the unlucky demon tribes because he knew about this matter. Having such an unreliable mother, when the young master was born, it was really very difficult. When you were young, it's understandable that you were quite arrogant, but one of you two super-level mages was still a pregnant woman in labor. At this time, you went to the Tian Shan Mountains to experience, but unfortunately, you encountered a sealed mountain and couldn't leave. During the period of the Tian Shan Mountains being sealed off, the young master happened to be born. Who knows what the Jiang family was like during that time? That's Tian Shan. The harsh environment of Tian Shan cannot even ordinary magicians stay there for a long time. But the young master and his wife are better off. When the super level was not yet perfect, they went to the Tian Shan Mountains to provoke the great monarch, and in the end, they alarmed the entire demon tribe. As a result, the couple was chased all the way and missed the time to go down the mountain. They could only wait for the arrival of the new year inside the Tian Shan Mountains before they could come down from them. For this reason, the old master and the old lady dote on the young master Jiang Bai as much as they want, and if they don't die, they will have good fortune. Alright, Qingguo Xiaobai will be unhappy to hear you call him by that name. Jiang Tian felt helpless towards his lover, who was already in his 30s and had the same personality as a child. When he had nothing to do, he would call his child a little white. You should know that the child has grown up rebellious now. When they call him Xiao Bai, he looks speechless. Humph, Xiao Bai is just Xiao Bai. Is there a problem with me calling him that? He's just a piece of flesh on me. I can call him whatever I want, but I didn't call him my original nickname, the Bai. For a moment, neither Jiang Tian nor Jiang Yi spoke, and the emotional one still didn't understand why the child was unhappy and wanted to run away from home. Isn't the Bai the name of a dog? Even if it were changed to a novice later on, there wouldn't be much difference. My dear mommy, could you please use your brain when choosing a name? Is there any difference between little white and big white? Jiang Bai, who had just awakened, walked up to his mother Yi Qingguo in a bad mood. With such a mother, he really didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Even if you were born in Tian Shan, Jiang Bai said it can be understood as an unexpected situation, and your parents still take good care of you. But when Jiang Bai was born, he remembered very, very clearly that there were two supreme monarchs fighting not far away. These unlucky parents were also crazily pursued by a great monarch and his tribe. Heaven and earth have a conscience, he really almost cooled down. Encountering two supreme monarch-level demons from birth, coupled with a great monarch crazily chasing after the demon tribe, what kind of divine beginning is this? I am able to live to this day thanks to a person and a beast. I am grateful to my grandfather for discovering it in a timely manner and directly piercing through the Tian Shan Mountains to save me from them. I also want to thank the one in my heart. If it weren't for that one, I would have died long ago on the Tian Shan Mountains. You said that, didn't you also name my little cheat an ice cream? I've taken it seriously. It's my fault. Jiang Bai doesn't know how to evaluate his mother, is she a bit naive? But the courage is very strong. Alright, let's not talk about me anymore. What kind of lineage have you awakened this time? At the age of 18, you are already a high-level mage. You should be considered the first person in China, right? Yi Qingcheng pinched his precious face, an 18-year-old high-level mage. This is her precious son, just a word of pride. The third type is fire type, and I actually prefer shadow or light type over fire type. I am not a pure violent mage, but rather someone with the abilities of controlling the field and exploding soldiers. It's important to have the ability to save lives. Jiang Bai looked at his system interface. Host. Jiang Bai, Advanced Mage, Secondary High-Order Ice Series Advanced Summoning Level 1 Medium Order Space System 2nd Order Starry Fire System Spiritual Power. Level 4 Dimensional Pet Liang Dragon. Childhood, Little General, Contract Pets. Nun Totem Beast. Ice Phoenix, Supreme Sovereign, end of this chapter. Chapter 2. Redeem Rewards. Extend Lifespan. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 2 Redeem Rewards. Extend Lifespan. Jiang Bai had a system, or rather, he had already activated it when he was born into the world of full-time mages. But even if there is a system, what can happen? Just born in the Tian Shan Mountains and chased by a demon tribe, two supreme monarchs are fighting not far away. Jiang Bai had a strong desire to die at that time, so he had to reopen this shipment. Fortunately, although my parents may not be reliable, their strength is still quite good. Two high-level mages who were not yet perfect managed to escape the pursuit of a demon tribe. Even in the most critical moments, when I am about to lose my grip due to environmental issues. Coincidentally encountering a dormant totem beast, I don't know what the other person really values about me. Recognized oneself as the newborn child and became his guardian. Just like this, I have an extra lineage in my body since birth, so I can start practicing from a young age. The ice phoenix rushed into its own body and transformed into a part of Jiang Bai's heart. Let Jiang Bai have no obstacles in his cultivation in the ice system. Later, it was the old man who came to the Tian Shan Mountains and took himself and his enemy parents away. After learning about his internal condition, the old man expressed his concern. In theory, one can directly and without any problems practice the forbidden spell in the ice system. As for the system's capabilities, it's just about killing monsters and gaining points by participating in large-scale cooperative monster fights and output. Points are a simple thing to exchange within the system, but good things are extremely expensive. In addition to points, you can also exchange them for spirits that kill demons. What is better for exchanging points and spirit? It depends on each person's own ideas. At the beginning, there were some resources needed for cultivation, as well as some materials on the demon's body. The materials that beginner magicians can use, medium level, high level, and then super level. There are also things that accelerate cultivation speed, as well as treasure maps that rely on luck. Jiang Bai saw that there were several very bug-prone items at the bottom of the redemption function in the system. Compared to the things that were not particularly important at the beginning, the things at the bottom can bring the greatest benefits to their family. A great monarch spirit can be exchanged for any additional awakening of a series, limited to 3 times, a supreme monarch spirit is exchanged for any additional awakening of a series. An imperial level, or even an Asian emperor, spirit can be exchanged to help others awaken any additional faction. Spirits of the same level can be exchanged for the upper limit of the summoning dimension contract of the same level. Even the methods and resources for banning curses can be exchanged in stores, but the prices are slightly higher. The most important thing. Jiang Bai saw a lifespan extending prop at the bottom. Diluted version of life water will not prolong lifespan, body will reflux for a period of time depending on individual, is a great monarch spirit. The water of life, can extend lifespan and stack, is a supreme monarch spirit. The spring of life, capable of continuously producing water of life, is a legitimate imperial spirit. The immortal spring, the body of the spring water in the lake will not age and the vitality will not fade, is a high-level imperial spirit. Extend lifespan. Jiang Bai is very clear about what these 4 words represent, and it can even be said that once he makes a statement in this regard, the whole world will continue to tremble, and the situation is good. A bunch of forbidden cursed immortals will become his subordinates or collaborators. If the situation is a bit worse, he will become a little white mouse and be hung up and beaten by those old monsters. Human beings are not dominant beings in this world, with invasions from demons, undead, sea monsters, and other planes. To put it bluntly, humans in this world are just slaughterhouses and backyard for demons. Demons can live for a long time, and their physical strength is several times that of humans. In the long years, humans have not only achieved the expansion of territory, but can only blindly defend. Are humans really poor? Demons have imperial-level masters, but humans also have forbidden spell-level mages. However, the scarcity of incantation mages and their age at the level of incantation is also a problem. The strength of incantation mages will weaken with age, and even after suffering serious injuries, there is not much time to continue living. This is the biggest disadvantage of the human race. Other demons can become rulers or even supreme rulers in a short period of time through their so-called bloodline. But what about humans? Once the forbidden curse dies, it really dies. Extending lifespan is too important for humanity in this world. Even the peak figures of ancient times were ultimately defeated by the passage of time and became a part of history books. Life expectancy. Suppose a forbidden spell has the means to extend its lifespan, living for hundreds or even thousands of years. Is it possible for humans to achieve a balance with demons in the future? Even if this method can ensure a certain scale of forbidden curse use, is it possible for humans to counterattack demons in the future? The bottom boutiques are all items that Jiang Bai wants to exchange. As long as you exchange the items that extend your lifespan for your own big business, you don't have to be afraid of other forces targeting you. There is also the one who helps others awaken other factions. His own old man is already a forbidden curse. If we add more factions and extend his lifespan, it's just the imperial level spirit, which is a bit headache. Although there are many imperial levels, it's not something you can kill just because you want to. Fortunately, there is no requirement for the spirit, it must have been hunted by oneself. I'm afraid I'm not trying to kill an emperor-level hunter myself. Jiang Bai is very confident in his own strength. Ask Grandpa for an imperial-level spirit. My own family doesn't seem to be that impressive either. Alright, Xiao Bai, don't look at Mommy with a cold expression. Mommy will also be sad. Your mother and I will start closing down soon, ready to make a breakthrough. Qingguo looked at his indifferent son with rolled eyes and quickly came up with a loving embrace. Wait. Are you going to break through? Jiang Bai is a bit confused. If his memory is correct, his mother should have been fulfilled. He has been stuck in the last half of the year and unable to break through, right? Your mother. Recently, I feel like the last half of the steppe has started to loosen up. After bidding you farewell, I went deep into the Tian Shan mountains and started to break through. Really? So, mother, you really need to work hard. Is it true that the ice system is about to break through? Also, due to being in the capital of gods, my home is adjacent to the Tian Shan mountains, so ice resources are never lacking. Jiang Bai knows the specific strength of his mother, or rather, the strength of several members in the family is not a secret. My mother Qingguo is a top-notch magician, with ice-based semi-forbidden spells, summoning-based semi-forbidden spells, water-based super-level perfect spells, and wind-based super-level perfect spells. End of this chapter. Chapter 3. Does Dad's family have Emperor-level spirits? You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 3. Does Dad's family have Emperor-level spirits? Has the ice system started to loosen? Is there another forbidden curse in the family this time? Mom, why do you feel like your own strength is the worst at home? No, if you can go out this time, you can go to the ancient capital to brush the points of the undead brush, which can provide you with the speed of your cultivation. As a hidden family, the Jiang family is not lacking in resources, and even has resources to break through the forbidden curse. The only regret is that there is no secret realm that can improve cultivation speed. Or rather, there is one, but Jiang Bai cannot use it because the worst secret realm requires you to have a super level of cultivation in order to enter and improve your cultivation speed. Except for a few colleges, there are only some places where military training talents can be found, such as beginner level, intermediate level, and advanced level. Don't miss Mom. Before leaving, let you bully and bully Xiaoqi. Qingguo placed the cute little one on his shoulder in Jiang Bai's hand. Jiang Bai pinched the horn on Xiaoqi's head and said to her, I've been curious for so many years about what kind of species you are. Ice cream, hurry up and speak up. When I was a child, I remember you said something, but can we still communicate through the mind system? The ice cream held in Jiang Bai's arms hung down helplessly. The guy in front of him thinks the name his mother gave him is not good, but he's not very good at naming himself. What a damn name is ice cream. She's not called that name. Jiang Bai saw that the other person was speechless and started rolling his eyes, but he stopped playing. He put the other person back on his mother's shoulder. Regarding what species ice cream is, Jiang Bai actually has a conclusion in his heart. But he didn't dare to believe that identity in his heart if it were really as he guessed. His mother wouldn't know if she was foolish and sweet, or if she was really lucky or hiding it. This thing is not something that can be easily found on the street. It seems that Xiaoqi doesn't want to talk to you, so I'll go to Tianshan first and start breaking through the seclusion. When Mom breaks through, I'll come back to find you. Don't run around aimlessly. It's been quite chaotic lately. I heard that the Vatican made a big move a few days ago, causing a devastating blow to a city. Yi Qingcheng finally gave Jiang Bai a few words of advice, and then led a few guards to Tianshan. After seeing Yi Qingguo leave, both Jiang Bai and Jiang Tian breathed a sigh of relief. They were not very good at dealing with Yi Qingguo's silly, sweet, and silly personality. Alright, Jiang Bai, you are also such a big person. Your mother and I have been worried about you going out these years, but now that you are an adult, we cannot continue to control you. I discussed with your grandfather and asked if you want to go to school outside or something like that. Jiang Tian asked his son, who had hardly ever been to any other city since he was so old. Let his old father have some worries. When will he be able to bring a wife back for himself at such a big age? Going to school. Do you actually have to go to school? Jiang Bai was stunned when he heard this. Isn't his family a reclusive family? Is it really okay for me to wander around in this identity? Jiang Bai knows that his identity is sensitive, so he has not disclosed his thoughts of going out to his family. That's right, it's just going to school. Although my identity is sensitive and not suitable for public appearances, it doesn't matter if you go out. As the head of the household, he is not allowed to run around, but it is still possible for the child to go out and play. School. This is a bit confusing for me. Let me consider it. Is it really necessary for oneself to go to school? Isn't finding a demon tribe and crazily killing them the best help for oneself? I can recommend you to the Imperial City School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. The old man can recommend you to the Magic City Pearl School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, and the grandmother can recommend you to the Parthenon Temple. I hope you can take a saint home. And you, Uncle Hua Zhanhong, have invited you to the military district. You can choose where you want to go. Is our relationship so strong? Let's forget about the Imperial Magic Academy and the Pearl Magic Academy. What kind of ghost is the Parthenon Temple? Why is my grandmother still related to the Parthenon Temple? Don't you know that the Parthenon Temple is filled with a group of cattle and horses? By the way, your grandmother means that if you go to the Parthenon Temple, just turn a few saints and come back. After turning, just run away and don't stay there too long. The water inside the Parthenon Temple is a bit deep. Jiang Bai's face turned black. How many saints did he still kidnap back? Being able to kidnap a saint and not declare war on one's own family at the Parthenon Temple is considered good. I want to go to the Pearl School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. Jiang Bai wants to get the feather of the vermilion bird from the Pearl School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, as well as the 3-step tower, which can improve his cultivation speed. If he has the opportunity, Jiang Bai is also planning to go there. There is another very important thing. Jiang Bai remembers that there was a victim from the Soul Department at the Pearl School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. It seems to be named Ding Yumian, a victim of the spiritual system. As long as you don't die, becoming a forbidden curse is just a matter of time, and as a result, you will be tricked to death by 2 people alive. The victim refers to a magician who is born with a soul body and cannot live in the city. They will unconsciously release magic, which is powerful and can even affect the weather, leading to disasters around them. Although the Holy City has been secretly capturing the victims of the disaster over the years, the Jiang family is not very afraid of each other. Come an angel, I'm sorry I can't defeat the Jiang family. If you come too many times, I'm sorry that the rule of the holy city will be questioned and unstable again. There are forbidden sorcerers in the Jiang family with a spiritual system, but who would mind having too many forbidden sorcerers? If possible, Jiang Bai wants to recruit Ding Yumian into his family, as the Jiang family has never lacked resources. Relying on resources to build a spiritual forbidden curse for a disaster victim has benefits in all aspects. The forbidden curse of the heart. When fighting against imperial-level demons, even if it only affects the opponent's time for a few seconds, it will bring hope of victory to other human curse powers. Is it the Pearl School of Witchcraft and Wizardry? Since you want to go, I can arrange it for you now. By the way, should I prepare something for you when you go out this time? As parents, children cannot always be by their side when they go on long journeys. They always want to give their children something. Does Dad have an imperial-level spirit at home? Jiang Tian was stunned when he heard his son's words. Is this something that people can say? Not only Jiang Yi beside Jiang Tian was also confused, the young master's tone was really loud. No, right. Is that right? That's it. Lying trough. What kind of family? Do you have such a fierce person at home? Why have you never heard of it yourself? Go away. Jiang Tian was infuriated by his own childishness for the first time, and his imperial-level spirit is truly amazing. Emperor Naya. No. The Supreme Sovereign. No. A great monarch. Then I want the spirit of 3 great monarchs. Jiang Tian took a deep breath and responded, okay, 3 is 3. End of this chapter. In chapter 4, do you call this feature a summoning mage? You are listening at novelfull.audio. This translator is experiencing an error, please try another translator. Chapter 5. A kind and amiable family. You are listening at novelfull.audio. This translator is experiencing an error, please try another translator. Chapter 6. Tang Yue's attack. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 6. Tang Yue's attack. If Pan Xiong doesn't want to beg in Hangzhou in the future, just obediently take your people and get out of here. The fire-type spirit seeds that are Dongfang family values have no rules of being taken in by others. The 2 factions below have started arguing, one is from the Hunter Alliance and the other is from the Dongfang family. Dongfang Jun from the Dongfang family. I don't have much impression of these passers-by and cannon fodder Jiang Bai. The Dongfang family is famous for its fire lineage, and even has the title of the first fire lineage family in China. But unfortunately, as far as Jiang Bai knows, the Dongfang family does not have a fire-type forbidden curse, and it should be said that they do not even have a forbidden curse. It's just a joke from the first fire-type family. No way. First come, first served, everyone has a share. Why give it to you? If you have the ability, you can rely on your own strength to grab it. Do you think we are really afraid of you? Both sides wanted this fire-type spirit seed, but without hesitation, they started fighting. There are more hunters, but in terms of strength, the people of the Dongfang family are still stronger. After the start of the melee, Dongfang Jun used his fierce fist and thunderous attack to severely injure most of the hunters. Pan Xiong looked at Dongfang Jun unwillingly, as the fire spirit seed was about to be let out for nothing. If you're putting in a fight, there might still be a chance. A group of rabble. Today, I'll give you the face of the Hunter Alliance. If you don't leave, I'll burn you all to ashes. No one in this place will know what happened. Okay, let's take note of this matter with the Dongfang family, let's go. Although a few hunting mages were reluctant, they still left in disappointment. If they really entrusted their lives here, it would be quite unworthy. After driving away all the hunters, Dongfang Jun breathed a sigh of relief. Not only did they consume a lot of magic energy, but they also dared not kill anyone. After all, this place is not far from the town. If someone really kills someone, the trial might come knocking on their door. This is something they don't want to see. As the other person retreated, several people relaxed. Dongfang Jun is obviously the leader of the few of them, and he is sure to gain the power of this spiritual seed. If you keep the things, I will give you other benefits, said Dongfang Jun as he prepared to go and get the spiritual seed. Jiang Bai shook his head when he saw this scene, still too young to doubt whether there were anyone else around him. Miss Tang Yue, you probably need to come soon. There are a few unlucky children from the Dongfang family here who are going to have an accident. What? Are the people of the Dongfang family foolish? I still have a few minutes to arrive, please be careful and safe. Tang Yue heard the voice coming from the communication and felt the urge to curse the Dongfang family to death. I'm sorry, this thing belongs to me for other benefits. If I'm in a good mood, I can make your death a little more painful. Just as a few people were planning to collect their treasures, a cold and eerie voice drifted in. A very ordinary baseball cap, with a somewhat handsome face, the man walked out, and the temperature of the chaotic air that had been left after the magical battle unexpectedly dropped a bit. A cold wave penetrated through the skin and penetrated into the bone marrow. The strong aura and indifferent killing intent of the strong, this seemed like a fugitive like a scholar, completely exposing his ferocity like a demon. His eyes scanned the four wizards of the Eastern family without any emotion. What kind of thing are you? You want to reap the benefits of fishing. Dongfang Jun's face immediately surged with anger. His fire-type spirit seed was about to be obtained, and suddenly a guy like him appeared. My name doesn't belong to you. You've heard of it, Chowha. The fugitive slowly took off the hat that covered half of his face, revealing a demonic face. Surprisingly, there were obvious marks of a soldering iron on his forehead, and most people with such marks were already sentenced to death by the trial committee. Chowha, yes. That killer, the young man with upside-down hair couldn't help but say. Dongfang aristocratic family. I remember you have a girl named Dongfang Qing'er, she has a lot of flavor. Chowha grinned. You bastard, you're actually playing with the disciples of our Dongfang family. Oh, it's quite average to play with, I mean she tastes quite delicious. Chow he licked his lips. Alright, anyway, you will also become like her. If I kill you in the end, I'm too lazy to say anything more to you and die. A black, sticky spider web that had already been arranged on it, like the sticky claws of some kind of creature, was captured. Actually, I arrived earlier than you. This trap of evil spiders is the meeting gift I have prepared for you. Black claws, black spider webs, lifting your head, you can vaguely see a terrifying evil spider's spirit above the black trap that envelopes you. Its pair of eyes emit a greedy light, which is heart-wrenching. The curse system is really disgusting. Jiang Bai saw this scene in the sky. Even if he was accidentally attacked by the curse system, it would be very troublesome. The 4 members of the Dongfang family were all killed by Chowha without any accidents. If you kill us, our Dongfang family will definitely not let you go. Indeed, even if a noble family is brainless, I am not afraid of the judgment, but I am afraid of your Eastern family. Chow he smiled coldly. Chowha ignored these people who were slowly draining their soul and energy, and his gaze locked on the bottom of the severely cracked small reservoir. In fact, Chowha was also surprised. Although it was a water source here, why did there appear spiritual sparks? Is it possible that it was a ground fire? Ground fire is generally the result of thousands of years of quenching and tempering of underground heat in the underground world. This type of flame is relatively gentle and easy to subdue and refine within the spark. This type of flame is the top choice for the vast majority of fire mages, and due to its gentle and powerful nature, it often sells at the best price in auctions. The price of a spiritual seed of this element is as high as tens of millions. If the refining fails, one would want to waste their martial arts skills. Very good. After refining this earth fire and greatly increasing my strength, I can do nothing. Chowha's face showed a joyful expression. That's it. Giant shadow nail. Tang Yue finally rushed over. As Tang Yue watched the 4 Dongfang family disciples killed by Chowha, her anger grew stronger and stronger. Chowha, you are really brave. You have 4 more lives in your hands, and you are all mid-level magicians. You not only have to go to death, but also your soul must be sentenced together. Tang Yue walked out of the shadows beside her, ensuring that Chowha was under her control. Looking at the corpses of 4 mid-level mages from the Dongfang family, Tang Yue couldn't help but feel overwhelmed. I didn't die on the road to fight against demons, but died at the hands of fellow humans. Chowha, this guy, damn it. End of this chapter. Tang Yue, who was recruited in Chapter 7. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Tang Yue, who was recruited in Chapter 7, What's a mere 4 lives? You don't really think you've judged me, do you? Since I dare to run away and not be afraid of you judges, it's my own strength. I'm telling you that not only 4 mid-level mages will die today, but even you, the judge, will be killed by me. Chowha laughed wildly as he watched Tang Yue. The praying mantis catching cicadas and yellow sparrows are behind, but the little mouse that followed him finally walked out. The feeling of being followed by others all the time is not good, but now this little mouse has been caught by itself. Just rely on you. Come back to the trial with me obediently and plead guilty. Tang Yue didn't think that in this state, Chowha could still escape his arrest. She has already used mid-level magic from the Shadow series to control the opponent. Confess. Haven't you noticed that you have a physical problem yet? Haha, judge me. You don't have that ability yet. How could a fugitive like him not have noticed that the judges were always by his side? I actually noticed that you were tracking me a long time ago, so the food you pretended to be a passenger eating in a restaurant these days has actually been quietly released by me. Chowha said slowly, not like a criminal encountering a law enforcement officer. Tang Yue didn't believe the other party's words. As a judge, how could she not even know if she was poisoned? Miss Tang Yue is telling the truth, you are indeed poisoned. Jiang Bai, who had been observing the entire situation in the sky, noticed that Tang Yue's magical abilities began to imbalance, and Chowha was also looking for opportunities to break free. Although Jiang Bai had already known the ending and process in advance, no matter how he looked at it, he felt so strange. Why is there only one judge to arrest such a person? Shouldn't it be just a small group or team? It seems that Tang Yue is not yet a formal judge during this period. Are you really not taking your life as your own? Xian Snake is the closest to Tang Yue. If Tang Yue dies due to such an accident, the insane Supreme Monarch knows what he can do. What exactly does Tang Zhong think about that guy? Isn't he the presiding judge of the Lingyin Temple trial? Tang Yue is now just a mid-level wizard. If her talent is not lacking and her resources are sufficient, becoming a super-level wizard is only a matter of time. As a result, Tang Zhong can rest assured that his niece will come out to carry out such a dangerous mission. If we follow Jiang Bai's idea, capturing Chowha would require 4 mid-level judges or a high-level mage-level judge. Crazy people really have to work hard. How do you know what the opponent's bottom card is? This is a fugitive. He has a bunch of criminal records and lives in his hands. He's not a petty thief. How could it be? How could I be poisoned? Tang Yue didn't understand that as a judge, she could be poisoned. The water and food she drank and ate midway were all tested before consumption, so she shouldn't have been poisoned. How do you say that? This guy is not giving you poison, but something that is beneficial for women's health, such as nourishing blood and yin. Jiang Bai pondered for a while before combining some words and saying them to Tang Yue. This is the first time Jiang Bai has explained this kind of thing to someone, especially to a senior judge. It's not easy for him to explain this clearly. You can only say that you understand, and if you don't understand him, there's nothing you can do. Tang Yue is not just a little girl who listened to Jiang Bai's words and looked at Chao He's lewd smile. Shameless, shameless. In an instant, Tang Yue finally realized that something had been done to her, and her whole body trembled with shame. Bastard, this damn bastard, why are there such shameless and despicable people in this world? I want to kill this bastard myself. I have been on guard against the other party for such a long time, and I never expected to fall for such a thing. How could there be such despicable and shameless people in the world? If it weren't for calling Jiang Bai to come with me this time, I might have really fallen into the hands of the other party. Once she reaches the other person's hands, what will she encounter? Tang Yue can answer this question with her eyes closed. Tang Yue was just about to continue unleashing her magic, but as soon as she took a step or two, her body kept getting hot, making it difficult to even stand up. Ha ha ha, it seems that what I ordered is starting to explode. Miss Judge, didn't you say you wanted me to be tried? As a result, now you are going to be judged by me. Watching Tang Yue's body malfunction, Chao began to break free from the constraints of the Shadow series. Jiang Bai said to his dimensional pet, Liang Dragon. Alright, it's been so long watching the show. Liang Dragon, give this guy a dragon flame. Control the force a bit and don't harm another person. As Jiang Bai's dimensional contract summoning beast, the Liang Dragon with true dragon bloodline, besides sometimes disobeying Jiang Bai's words, will still obey him very much during battles. Liang Dragon reluctantly glanced at Jiang Bai, who was flying in the sky. Jiang Bai could see from the other person's eyes that such a small piece of trash still needed me to use a dragon flame. What's the use of having you as the master? Alright, hurry up and get rid of him. Now that he's under control, he's an immovable target. Jiang Bai also wants to take action directly, but at the magic level he registered, he is a mid-level perfect space and summoning mage. Not many people know that he has an ice type, and Jiang Bai is not prepared to actively expose this. The ice type will be his trump card in external demon hunting and international competitions. Alright, you're a fecal shovel official. You're the most amazing, and even such a small piece of trash requires me to do it myself. Although Liang Long was very dissatisfied, he still followed what Jiang Bai said. Jiang Bai used the spatial system to come to Tang Yue's side, picked her up, and left the area. Space Mage. I didn't expect you to have support. Chao was startled by the sudden appearance of Jiang Bai, who was at least a mid-level mage in the space series. Damn it, there's actually a judge who's been following him all along. He never noticed. You despicable woman, damn it. Chao broke free from the control of Tang Yue's shadow sect like a madman, and Jiang Bai did not give Chao this opportunity. After leaving this area with Tang Yue, a mid-level spatial spell interrupted Chao's magic. Space Rhythm Compression. Immediately after, the roar of a dragon from the sky caught the attention of Chao, who reluctantly looked up at the sky. Dragon. It's impossible for a space mage to have a real dragon, absolutely impossible. The dragon in the sky is exactly the same as the powerful dragon family that Chao had seen in the West when he was studying. How could a real dragon possibly appear here? Aren't real dragons already extinct? End of this chapter. Chapter 8. Departure from Hangzhou. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 8 Departure from Hangzhou. Chao never understood why there was a real dragon from the West in China until his death. With the arrival of Dragon Flame, Chao left nothing behind and completely disappeared from this world. Jiang Bai, who used spatial magic to transfer with Tang Yue, saw the destroyed place. Is this called controlling the power? If it weren't for the fact that when the Liang dragon was preparing to launch the Dragon Flame, he sensed something was wrong in advance and took Tang Yue away from this area, I'm afraid Tang Yue would have died under this blow, wouldn't he? Is it true that the criteria for judging humans and dragons are different? Is this called controlling the force? Liang dragon has only been born a few years ago, and judging by the standards of demons, his strength in childhood is only a small warrior. Although there were some mistakes, Miss Tang Yue's wanted criminal has already been burned to ashes by my pet. Tang Yue, who was held in Jiang Bai's arms, had no intention of answering him, and her body became increasingly uncomfortable. Jiang Bai also noticed the condition of Tang Yue in his arms and continued to take advantage of Tang Yue. Forget it, Jiang Bai, who took advantage of each other when two people met for the first time and didn't even know each other, said he wasn't so shameless. Support Tang Yue and inject his ice magic energy into her body through her opponent's shoulder. With the injection of ice-type magic energy into Tang Yue's body, the medicinal effects inside Tang Yue's body were suppressed. A few minutes later, Tang Yue also regained consciousness and was able to stand steadily, but there were still some drug residues in her body. Thank you, Jiang Bai. If it weren't for you, I might have fallen into this guy's hands this time. The medication in her body was suppressed almost completely, and Tang Yue thanked Jiang Bai beside her. It was originally her sister who was responsible for receiving the other party's trip to Hangzhou. The result was quite embarrassing this time, allowing the other party to see their embarrassing side. Miss Tang Yue is a bit humble. Your strength is very good. If it weren't for this person being too cunning, it wouldn't be a problem to deal with the other party with your strength. Jiang Bai didn't think that Tang Yue would really get cold on the opponent's hands without him taking action. The Xian snake is the supreme monarch. If it weren't for the loss of its totem vessels in the long river of history, the totem vessels of this generation of Xian snake would undoubtedly be on Tang Yue's body. Tang Yue wouldn't be easily killed by others. At most, she would suffer some small losses and end up showing her trump card to kill the opponent. Desperate people have their trump cards, can we say that judges don't have their trump cards? Not to mention Tang Yue from the totem family. But I still want to thank you, if it weren't for you, I'm afraid. Tang Yue didn't want to continue thinking, and this kind of thing made her feel nauseous. But Tang Yue noticed that this little guy named Jiang Bai should be a high-level mage, right? Space series, summoning series, and the newly used ice series. Are you a high-level mage at a young age? Tang Yue remembered her uncle telling her that Jiang Bai had not yet gone to college, and this time she was going to study at the Pearl School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. The younger generation is terrifying. After completing this task, I can start to advance to higher levels. However, now suddenly a child who is several years younger than me is a high-level mage, which is quite impressive. But Jiang Bai, you're quite humble. You told me on the phone that the mid-level is perfect. That's not good behavior, Tang Yue joked as her body recovered and she became more active. There's nothing I can do. Tang Yue, you still need to be careful when you go out. What if you, Tang Yue, are a bad person and secretly sell me after knowing my strength? I don't want to sell it to others as an old black slave at a young age. Isn't it how we talk about new acquaintances and topics? Oh, now that you see your sister, do you think she will sell you? I am a judge. This guy is quite careful and wants to make the atmosphere less awkward. I don't think you would sell me, sister, but I'm afraid you won't be able to control me and eat me. You know, sister, you were very angry just now, like a big bad wolf targeting a little white rabbit. Oh. This guy. Alright, Tang Yue, I'm not joking anymore. How many years old are you pretending to be me? I'll call you, sister. Your mission has also ended now, and that guy has been burned down without any remains. You can collect the spiritual seed Tang Yue yourself. I am not a fire-type mage. The fire-type spirit seed is of no use to me. Tang Yue, I remember you probably have a fire type. If you don't have a spirit seed, you can merge it. If you have one, you can bring it back to the judgment to exchange for rewards or auction it off. What happens during the execution of a task by a judge and is not related to the task objective can be dealt with by themselves. Of course, if Tang Yue submits this fire-type spirit seed to the trial council will also accept it and exchange it for the magic-type spirit seed that Tang Yue needs. You're not young, but you have a big heart. I already have a spiritual seed, and I can't use it. Since it was you who discovered it, you can take it away. This can be considered as a thank that you gift from me, sister. If it weren't for you, sister would have suffered a considerable injury this time. Tang Yue looked at the fire-type spirit seed in the distance, and she no longer needed it. However, Jiang Bai could take it and auction it off, or sell it for a considerable amount of money. The child who left home to go to school should not have much money. This money can solve some small troubles for Jiang Bai. Oh. Then I won't be polite, Sister Tang Yue. Jiang Bai, a fire-type spirit seed, didn't really want it, but judging from Tang Yue's appearance, she didn't have the extra energy to tame this spirit seed. Jiang Bai directly installed this fire-type spiritual seed Mei Yan, and a spiritual seed can still be sold for a lot of money. Alright, Sister Tang Yue's mission is over. Shall we go back to Hangzhou? The Liang dragon had long been summoned into the summoning space by Jiang Bai. If a real dragon appeared in Hangzhou, it would have a significant impact. Then, Jiang Bai summoned a fallen flying beast. Is this a leader? And a dragon? Tang Yue asked in surprise as she looked at the summoned fallen flying beast. Tang Yue noticed the real dragon, but she didn't want to ask about the secret. Having a real dragon is already scary, but now summoning a leader-level flying dragon. Strictly speaking, it cannot be considered a dragon, but a fallen beast in flight. Its roar can affect people's emotions and trigger fear in the hearts of ordinary people. Fallen flying beasts have huge wingspans, hairless bodies, reptile-like scales, and snake-like slender necks. Are you a high-level summoning mage? Is this your contract pet? No, this is a dimensional beast. What about the dragon at the beginning? The one that emitted the dragon's breath? Yalong. No, that's also my dimensional beast. So your contract beast. I haven't found it yet. End of this chapter. Chapter 9. Supreme Sovereign. Xian Snake. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 9 Supreme Sovereign. Xian Snake. In the city of Hangzhou, above the lake hidden by the mysterious snake, a small boat is sailing in the lake. I really didn't expect that your summoning pets were not registered, and Hangzhou almost had a city-wide alarm. Tang Yue looked at Jiang Bai with anger. She always thought that the monsters summoned by Jiang Bai were registered, but when they returned from completing their mission, they were almost surrounded by the Guardian Mage and the Sky Management team as they approached the city. A team of Heavenly Eagle mages arrested the two of them. If it weren't for her timely disclosure of her judge's identity, she was afraid that both of them would have been imprisoned in the cell at this time. Tang Yue, you know that I just came out of the family and it's normal for me not to handle this kind of thing for a while. Thank you very much to Tang Yue for helping me with the procedures this time. Jiang Bai really forgot that summoning demons as mounts and transportation in the city requires relevant procedures. Fortunately, Tang Yue helped him handle these matters directly this time, and even he himself didn't have to worry about them. Such a good tool person no, such a good sister is really useful. Come on, I heard them say that after you arrived in Hangzhou and left the airport, you also directly deployed your winged magic weapon and flew to the city. If it weren't for your speed being too fast, their patrol personnel couldn't catch you, you wouldn't have been able to find me at an inn. After this incident, Tang Yue decided to directly assist Jiang Bai in handling all the necessary things and procedures in Hangzhou. I even helped him go to the Hunter Alliance and helped Jiang Bai apply for a hunter identity, so there might be a chance to use it on that day. Don't you want to see the big guy? He's right below us now. Tang Yue pointed to the water, and Jiang Bai came to the boat and also noticed the huge figure underwater. Compared to the demons on land, it is indeed the demons in the sea that bring a sense of fear to humans. I have already heard the specific details from my uncle. You are also the guardian of the totem beast. This time you are here, you want to see the big guy, right? I will be responsible for the communication between you and the big guy this time. Without a spiritual connection, you won't be able to understand what everyone is saying. Tang Yue felt more and more insecure when she saw Jiang Baiyue, as a young and advanced mage was also a guardian of totem beasts. Medium-level magic in the space series can be used freely. The summoning series summons two-dimensional beasts, one is a true dragon and the other is a flying monster at the command level. Why is the gap between people so large? At her age, it seems like she was still a beginner or just a mid-level mage, right? Could you please help me communicate with Xianxi this time, Sister Tang Yue? There was a great microphone for someone to use as a messenger, but I don't know if I will be scared when I witness Xianxi, the Supreme Monarch, with my own eyes. When at home, Jiang Bai was very well protected and rarely encountered demons when going to the Tianshan Mountains. Jiang Bai has never witnessed the existence of a Supreme Monarch, except for two when he was just born. We'll have to wait a little longer. When it gets dark, the big guy will release some fog and cover the city for you to better meet him. You know, if the big guy suddenly appears in the city, it can cause panic. No problem, I can understand Tang Yue's concern. After all, the sudden appearance of a monarch of this level in a city can scare many people and even attract some bad guys to focus on the mysterious snake. What do you mean? Tang Yue heard something in Jiang Bai's dialect, but Jiang Bai didn't mean to continue answering. Totem beasts are incredibly powerful creatures, possessing great or even supreme monarchs, as well as rare imperial-level abilities. They also have a friendly attitude towards humans. How many people would you think such creatures would be targeted, and how many self-righteous guys would stare at their every move? The reason why Xian Snake can continue to live here is still because he did not appear in the eyes of those big shots. Human desires are more terrifying than demons and undead spirits. Jiang Bai didn't say it too clearly, he did his best to remind Tang Yue. Is human nature inherently good or inherently evil? There is no standard answer to this question in the current situation where the human race is in crisis and surrounded by powerful enemies. There are still people constantly engaging in internal struggles for greater power and supreme power. Where is the future of humanity? Waiting for MO fans' future achievements. There is only one MO fan in the world, but there are countless. So dear, isn't the demise of the totem era the best answer? When will humans discover that they have already stood on the edge of the abyss? If they take the wrong step, the abyss will be forever doomed. Jiang Bai looked at the lake and began to daydream. The Dark Plane, Demon Empire, Undead Empire, and Sea Demon Empire were about to become chaotic in a few decades, and the space for humans to live was getting smaller and smaller. Super perfect and top-notch. Forbidden Mage. That's just a slap at the imperial level. Jiang Bai couldn't help but think of several unlucky curses and went alone to explore Antarctica. As a result, the member of the Mu family became a puppet of the far South Emperor, and it seems that Britain has also been given a forbidden spell in the past. How mindless it is to think of going to such a place alone, as one has already reached the point of practicing the forbidden curse. Originally, our combat power was not enough, so we went to give the other party a free gift to this great person. Tang Yue was lost in contemplation about the gods of her clan. Will she be in danger in the future? What should she do as a citizen of God? Tang Yue didn't think of an answer to this question for a while, and as time passed, night had also arrived. Tang Yue and Jiang Bai climbed onto the small island in the center of the lake. Mist has spread out in the city of Hangzhou, reducing the visibility of the lake. Are you coming? Jiang Bai felt the vibration under his feet. The Supreme Monarch just came out of the water, and surprisingly, there was such a big commotion. Just as Jiang Bai finished speaking and Tang Yue was preparing to respond, the Xian snake had already jumped up from under the water. Supreme Monarch. After Jiang Bai truly saw the true face of the Xian snake, his heart also began to fear, which came from instinctive fear. You don't need me to introduce you, this is the target of your visit. Our Tang family's divine totem beast, Xian snake, Tang Yue introduced to Jiang Bai. Hello Xianxi, I wonder if you can tell me the expected answer this time. End of this chapter. Chapter 10. Yi Qingguo and Yi Qingcheng. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 10. Yi Qingguo and Yi Qingcheng. After coming out of the water, Xian Snake kept staring at Jiang Bai's heart. At the location of Jiang Bai's heart, he felt a familiar old friend. The Xian Snake has not felt the same breath as a totem beast for a long time. Several hundred years ago, the Xian Snake also felt the same breath as a totem beast. But in the past century, the Xian Snake has never felt the breath of other totem beasts again, and for a while, it even made the Xian Snake mistakenly think that he was the only one who survived. Totem beasts and even holy totem beasts are not immortal. The Tang Yue family recorded the information of the mysterious snake being killed by enemies, and drew that scene to record in the family's inheritance scroll. But later on, for some unknown reason, the mysterious snake revived again. Appearing again in front of the Tang family, the mysterious snake became the deity of the Tang family, passed down from ancient times to today. Totem beasts can be resurrected after meeting certain conditions, but it is very difficult to achieve these conditions, and as for those holy totems, it is even more difficult. Xian Snake spat out its snake venom and slowly approached Jiang Bai's side. Jiang Bai appeared to be a cold group on the surface, but he had already been arguing in his heart, even though he knew that the Xian Snake would not harm him. But why is it that even a supreme monarch is about to approach your face? Dare you say you won't be afraid? The mage has been approached by someone at the level of the supreme sovereign. Even if you are a forbidden mage, you will accidentally fall. It's not without a forbidden spell that the mage overturned in front of the supreme sovereign. The mage's ability to engage in melee combat is already very poor, although as their strength increases, their chances of surviving melee battles with demons will greatly increase. Even if a mage at the Forbidden Curse level has not released the Forbidden Curse, they can engage in close combat with demons at the monarchy level. However, this does not mean that a Forbidden Curse mage will not encounter any problems during close combat. In Jiang Bai's eyes, the so-called strength of a forbidden spell mage is due to the ability to independently release forbidden spell level magic, as well as the ability to release one's own magic at any time, as well as the use of magical tools and celestial beings. If he didn't know that the Xian Snake was a supreme monarch, he might not be so afraid now, but he knows the specific strength of the Xian Snake. Is he a small high level facing the supreme monarch? I'm sorry, even if he's a second-level ice type and a first-level space type, for the Supreme Sovereign, it's just a matter of killing him in a few seconds. Watching the Xian Snake getting closer and closer to him, Jiang Bai stared at Tang Yue, who was doing something unknown, beside him. What is Tang Yue doing? The Xian Snake is about to face me, won't you stop it? And why are you hiding from behind? You shouldn't stay by my side, right? Oh my goodness. Is Tang Yue so unreliable? Shouldn't I have been swallowed by the mysterious snake in one bite? Speaking of which, the common sense between humans and demons is different. If the way the Xian Snake and other totem beasts greet each other is to bite each other and then fight for a few days and nights, shouldn't you feel cold? Jiang Bai looked at the Xian Snake, who was only a few fists away from him, and helplessly closed his eyes. This picture is too beautiful for him to dare to see. Then Jiang Bai was licked by the Xian Snake with a snake venom, and he touched his forehead with his hand. Don't panic, he had never seen anything before. His father is a forbidden curse mage, and his grandfather and grandmother are also forbidden curse mages. How could he be afraid of just a supreme monarch shit? Am I in a hurry to run away now? Xianxi is too enthusiastic, isn't he? This guy licked himself, shouldn't he really be tasting the taste? Is this guy really going to eat himself? Could it be that during the totem period, the relationship between the Ice Phoenix and the Xian Snake was not very friendly, and even the kind of mutual dissatisfaction between the two sides? Oh my goodness! Ice Phoenix, please don't deceive me. The 4 sacred totems of Qinglong, Vermilion Bird, Xuan, and White Tiger, the Ice Phoenix belongs to the Vermilion Bird totem series, while the Xian Snake belongs to the Xuanwu totem series. The relationship between Vermilion Bird and Xuanwu is fire and water cannot be well thought of. It's done, this time it's definitely done. Just as Jiangbai was stunned, a small team not far away had become impatient. Miss Qingcheng, are we going to take action? The young master has already been scared. 7 figures watched as the supreme monarch Xian Snake appeared not far away. Their breath was well hidden, and they followed Jiangbai all the way to Hangzhou to see Xian Snake, the supreme monarch. Even the supreme monarch, as strong as the Xian Snake, has not yet discovered that there are 7 extremely powerful wizards who have been secretly observing not far from his territory. One of the 7 black-clothed people couldn't help but shout to the leader, "This time, both the old lady and the lady have reminded us not to let the young master suffer any harm. If the 2 ladies were to know about this, we would probably be severely tormented by those 2. Among these 7 people in the team, 3 women and 4 men spoke up to Jiang Yan, one of the 4 men. Jiangbai's father, Jiang Tian, appeared very reassured this time and didn't care much about what his child was doing or safety issues when he went out. But Jiangbai's mother and grandmother were not at ease, so they called these 7 people to secretly protect Jiangbai. As for the strength of these 7 people, it's not very clear. Don't worry, my sister's son is not so weak, and he is just a supreme monarch. I can suppress him directly before he harms Xiaobai. Yi Qingcheng is the younger sister of Yi Qingguo, the mother of Jiangbai. She used to cultivate in the Jiang family's house and is a true cultivation maniac. This time, she left the Jiang family and became a secret guard for Jiangbai. It was because her sister found out that her child was about to go out and didn't feel very confident that she found her. There are many strong members of the Jiang family, but most of them have their own tasks to do, with only a few powerful individuals who have no arrangements on their shoulders. Therefore, Yi Qingguo immediately thought of his sister Yi Qingcheng. So before closing down, he found his sister Yi Qingcheng and asked her to take care of her son Jiangbai. Originally, Yi Qingcheng was not planning to go. In her opinion, it was more important to protect her sister Yi Qingguo than to protect Xiaobai and break the curse. Tianshan is not a safe place. Although there was a ruler whose management was relatively peaceful, it only emerged in front of visitors as they delved deeper into the true side of the Tianshan mountains. I'm afraid that the Emperor of Tianshan will do something when he learns about breaking through the forbidden spell while practicing in seclusion in Tianshan. Yi Qingcheng originally intended to have her own protection. Her sister, Yi Qingguo, would have a better chance of breaking through the forbidden spell. Even if the Emperor of Tianshan appeared to cause trouble, she could delay for a few minutes. But in the end, under the coquettishness and cuteness of her sister Yi Qingguo, Yi Qingcheng was defeated and obediently came to serve as Jiangbai's guard. End of this chapter.